By 2050, we'll have about 60% of males and 50% of females obese if current trends continue. That is going to cost the health service around about 9.7 billion. And if you project the wider social and economic costs through lower productivity, et cetera, it comes up pretty close to 50 billion. So we've got a huge problem. Might also make you think about what country you might want to actually retire to as well. So this is the kind of thing that we did there. Standard exercise test on a bike there, wearing an ambulatory gas analysis system, so breathing through a mask, gas analyzers on the back, totally sort of hands-free operation. There, playing a game on the screen there. Just about probably play the game about 95% that you could if you didn't have the kit on there. And we got some quite interesting results and some to sort of indicate that once you get the whole body in the game, surprisingly, then you get quite intense exercise. That was then at a conference and got ultimately lots of media interest, ending up in an article in Time magazine, an invitation to speak at the European Commission. I also got a chance to be a champion ski jumper, which I've always fancied, and at the Edinburgh Interactive Festival a couple of years ago, a pom-pom cheerleader. Throughout human history, physical activity was a normal part of daily life, and now we've kind of made it a leisure activity or something that's called a workout. Why would you want to do a workout in your free time? I think sort of sums up in some ways the issues that when it's to do with hygiene or immunization, et cetera, then public health has sort of grand solutions to that. But when you're getting down to things that are questions of lifestyle and individual choices, governments and authorities are fairly limited in what they can do. Okay, they can legislate and that can have some impact, for example, a smoking ban. If you don't believe that technology is changing our lives, then just look in your pocket or your handbag and when your phone next goes off, see what you do. So technology is all around us. There's no doubt that it has potentially influenced our life for the negative, for the bad. There's now the possibility that as the technology has become personal and starts to be more human-centered and human-orientated, it could actually do something for good. But if you ask me why I'm interested in games, well, it's not just about a kind of a wow factor. There is something special about games. Now, I can't really sort of quite put my finger on it, but it's something to do with what's been called a magic circle. So in that respect, if you were a sumo wrestler, then I'm not quite sure what the rules of sumo wrestling are, but it seems to be that just about anything goes. So the issue is when you're in the circle, anything goes. Outside that circle, you'd be done for assault. So the issue is that when you step into the game, it's kind of an other world type feel. And I think that allows people to explore things, to express things, to try things in a safe environment. And the key thing then is that the consequences are negotiable. So it's not like if you do badly at a sport and you fail, you're going to make a fool of yourself. And you think about the kid in the class who's not very coordinated and not very fit and perhaps a bit overweight. You know, why would they enjoy doing something if all the time they're going to fail and end up getting teased by the rest of their classmates? So there's definitely something about games that certainly are more just than a wow factor. Speak to me in 5 years' time and I might have a better idea what it is, but it's definitely something to do with this magic circle. So just a few examples of where games are actually being used in health applications already. Glucoboy is a game that kind of links, it's actually a medical device that a blood pressure, blood glucose monitor, that sounds kind of put me off. You can follow these and they're actually all in front in the white paper there. Can actually link measurement of blood glucose to an actual game and sort of link the sort of improved treatment compliance. Remission, we have mentioned already, that is a game that to sort of educate teenagers and young adults about the importance of taking their cancer medication regularly and therefore maintaining the treatment dose. So that was sponsored by a charity. I believe it was about $10 million to develop it, but is actually then free to end users. And then the carrot is a sort of more of a sort of monitoring device that can be done on a computer or through PDA and can allow you to sort of track a number of different variables, graph them up, and also get some advice as well. Reflect perhaps on your own personal well-being issues. try out some of these products and services. Some of them, as I say, are free or very cheap apps on phones, for example. I'm sure you access the games consoles as well. But think about your experience. I mean, if you can't work it or understand it or don't really like it, then chances are not many other people will. Then think about ways that you might actually improve them, and that might get you going about new ideas. Talk to health professionals and find out what their issues are, what the problems they come up against, whether they can motivate people, and hopefully get them interested in games. And also then talk to techies about well-being. I think that, you could say that people are sort of, I'd say, chained to their desk, but stuck behind a computer for a long periods of the day are not necessarily the most healthy people around. But I'm sure when you start talking to them, they might start to get a little bit interested